Hello there, and welcome to Legal Break. I'm Maureen Akers, and with us today, as always, our guest Gary Bruce. Gary, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, what do you think of that incredible election?
Incredible's quite a word for it, I think.
I'm
reminded of this. Either way, I'm reminded of this. The Stoic philosophers who felt this way. Things are neither good nor bad, they just are. And it's how we deal with them, you know. So there's some things I can control, some things I can't. And it's just how we deal with it going forward. So let's hope for the best and move on.
Right, very good.
That's where we are.
Well, Donald Trump ran on the premise of wanting to repeal the Affordable Care Act. So tell us a little bit, is that going to be difficult? Will he be able to make that happen?
You know, I'm not a legislator, but I think we all know it's going to be difficult. You know, there's some that say, and I've read, that the Affordable Care Act really hasn't increased prices that much, that it's health care still. It's health care based. Of course, I think common sense tells us that some of it is that we are now, all of us, paying for pre-existing conditions and problem insured situations. So in the past, the older and the infirm couldn't get insurance at all, you know.
Right.
So what a blessing it's been in that regard. We can take care of our children longer, you know. We can and Donald Trump it proves this. He likes the no pre-existing condition, but that's where the rub is, you know. That's what makes it difficult to go back to where we were when insurers just said, well, we're not going to insure you if you have any problems. We just want healthy people to insure. That's why it's cheap, you know. So this will be an interesting, you know, maybe there'll be a buy-in to Medicare or buy-in to Medicaid. Maybe we'll make it more of a federal issue that imposes regulations on the states, but it'll be an interesting process to see what happens.
Well, how will it impact somebody possibly in a legal situation, or the outcome of a legal situation?
Right. Well, that's a good question, and what we see sometimes in trials is people go, well, why are you asking for medical bills? Why are you asking for that if it's been paid by insurance? And in Georgia, the answer is that's not your problem. The judge will take care of that later. So it impacts things in getting health care. I mean, getting well.
Right.
If you can't get the surgery on your knee, you can't get well, then we don't know how long it's going to be a problem.
Right.
It really does have impacts that way. But then even in delivering a verdict, a jury is told, render a verdict that's true for what the value is. You don't have to worry about whether they have insurance or not. And I think that's an important point.
Right.
But I always hear it in trials. Well, did they have insurance? Well, that's not really your problem because there's not going to be double dipping. The judge will take care of that issue. Does that deal with American Care Act? I don't know. It's gonna, but it's a part of the legal process.
Yeah. So a lot more to come. We'll have to stay tuned on that, right?
It'll be an interesting process.
It will.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Gary, and we look forward to seeing you on the very next Legal Break.